So guys, so welcome back to this video, and in this video I'll be talking about love relationship. But first I want to say everything you're seeing in this world or in this life was created. Yes, even the best video you are watching was created, and believe me, before your best video gets to you, it has its own audience. So automatically, your best video might not be the next person's favorite. Okay, and I was just going through movie box, or I think yesterday, if it's called yesterday, and then I saw a lot of movies, even some K-pop stars then, but I was not interested in all this type of movies. And then I went ahead to download Despicable Me 3 and 2. That was the movie that piqued my interest in all the movies that I was shown on movie box. That is how it is. So in the law of creation, where everything we live and use is created, by someone or God, I think it still has its own, advantage, its usage, and so on and so forth. But I'll be talking about few things on love relationship. It's not a subject that I would acclaim to myself that I know more. Generally, even I'm speaking in this video, I do not even know what I want to talk about. And I want you to understand that let no man claim and sell you something that he is professional and he is certain of what he or she is saying. No, that is not really actually true. No one actually knows what he or she is doing. It is all created. We are all creators. What you're saying is created. I want you to always remember that. Now, the world was created, don't you? And talking about medical doctors, lawyers, and all these things were created or invented by someone else before it has its use into existence. So I want you to understand that we are all creators. So anyone could decide to record a video or make a video and talk about any subject, and then it goes viral. These things happens, okay? And talking about love relationship, I am not a therapist and I am not professional on this field, but I will just do more to talk or throw few light on what I have experienced. And some movies might find it about the authors or the characters in this movie, and I really wish on this video there were actually two characters where we could share thoughts, where I talk and then we have a female character and then she give her own experience. But since I am the only one in this video and I am doing the talking, I would continue or go ahead with the movie or the video. Okay, so love relationship. What is actually love relationship? Love relationship, I would classify love as anything at all, and relationship as anything as well. I have no word actually for love, neither relationship, because these things always finds its way in life. And you could have a lot of videos, trust me, there are a lot of videos on the internet talking about love and even relationship as well. And having said that, these things happen naturally, but I just want to, like I said, I cannot define love in this video, neither relationship. Okay, but in love relationship, what do you actually understand by love relationship? Please, you can as well let me know in the comment section of this video what you understand by love relationship. What do you actually understand by love relationship, if I may ask? Well, since I'll be anticipating your reply, I would actually ask you now, in a relationship, what interests you in a relationship? Any relationship, do you find interest in relationship? Now, if I can remember with that question, there was a time in my life where I do not have any interest in relationship, no interest at all. This was just me growing up, and you could say I shy away from girls. I had no girlfriends and no one. I have no one at all, not even one person. And you could say there was actually no one to protect me. No one was telling me do not involve in relationship, even though I want to, and I was seeking someone. And in my heart, I was just looking for a relationship, but I didn't get the chance then. Okay, so now I could say at that time, what actually interests me in a relationship, I was just looking for a relationship. That was my interest. Nothing more. It wasn't about money. I had no money. I don't even have anything, not even now. But my interest then was on relationship. And then the next question to consider is, who is the breadwinner in the relationship? And talking about who is the breadwinner, I want you to understand that every relationship there is a complaint. Yes, you have it in life. I think even in marriage, though it's secret, and where the husband will provide, and then I don't know, but if actually the man's complain, because I am not actually married and I don't want to talk about that, but just talking about male relationship, you could have an instance where the male picture in this relationship provides for his fiancée or girlfriend, and then one day he might feel that relationship is all about money. Is that actually true or trustworthy? So what if it's a female in this picture, where in a relationship that consists of a boy and a girl, the girl or the lady is the breadwinner? Do you actually think the lady would complain in the relationship or even marriage as well? Have you ever experienced that? You can let me know in the comment section if you so wish. And the next thing is no relationship is professional. Okay, no relationship at all is professional. I want you to understand, though we have relationship therapists, people that talk about relationship, but believe me, they are a bunch of craps, right? And they are lots more. You could watch 1,000 video on relationship, getting a professional relationship, even movies as well. This video is created by me, and I do not find any meaning, or neither hold it that it held any meaning to anyone. No, I am just creating this video for me. Okay, so no relationship is actually professional, though we have some people that could talk to the minors or unmature on some instances or relationship challenges, or some cases that you may face in a relationship. We might have this kind of people, and then we call them professional. But I would, in as much as the day is concerned, as we have days before weeks and months and all that, and you cannot just assume mantle that okay, I can determine and know what will happen in the next 1 month. If you could actually live up to that, we live by days. Okay, so since having said that, you could say that no one actually is professional. We are just living by days. I think I've said that. And what is the next thing? Are you religious in your marriage or relationship? And like I said, there are a lot of people talking about relationship, even love, marriage, and all this. I find it creating, right? These people create these things for people, and believe me, like I said, it still finds its own audience that it gets to. That is one thing you want to understand, or I don't know. It's not meant for everybody, and believe me, it's to do well. Your favorite video, and so on and so forth, that is just that bunch of crap. Okay, but one thing is certain. I want you to understand that if you are a Muslim or Christian in any part of the world, or non-religious, or you are just living for yourself, I want you to understand that I think non-religion is a religion itself. So you could decide to be an unbeliever. I find that to be a religion. and you could be a Christian or a believer or a Muslim in this picture. I want you to understand that religion is actually binding, and in as much as the Bible is concerned, I want to believe that is the only thing that is true, and that is why we have pastors that preach and teach this thing. But any other thing is created by human and for human purposes. That is just what I am trying to say. And you would want to say okay. I think I am actually okay. Okay, this side says and professional needs to invite other professionals that can cover up the area that they didn't touch. Okay, and like I said, I so wish I could find another person. It can be like a conference call or a meeting, but then I don't want to make this video or indulge with anyone else. Okay, I just want to be me creating this video. And but I so really wish that I was inviting someone, a female, in this picture, where the female character has to talk on his or her own role, and I'm just talking on the male role, and I find it unprofessional. But the female could be as well offering her own opinion on love relationship, what she actually understand by love relationship in this picture, and then you could find it entertaining. And these are just content. And remember, you can create content the way you do, because no one else on the whole surface or the planet of the world creates content the way you do. That is why you need to create your content the way you do. No one else, if you decide to make a video and delete it, no one else can make that video the way you do and the way you speak, right? But you can find so many subjects. It doesn't mean that people are not or have not yet talked about those subject or topic, and it doesn't mean that you won't still do well. Okay, it has to do with time and finding. Okay, so this other side says I don't want to put this pen in my mouth. I almost did. Okay, now professional needs to observe both parties, the sides, and challenges when faced with the challenges with going into any relationship. What does that actually mean? It means that professional needs to observe, and like I said, one of the best way we learn things is by observation. After you're being eager to learn something, the next thing, the best or the first step to learning is by observation. I don't know if I'm actually correct, but you can tell me if I am wrong, and tell me actually what you think in this video. The comment section will be open, so you're free to lend or rent in your thoughts. Okay, so now professional needs to observe both parties, okay, and also invite other professionals or parties as well. I don't know if it's actually called third parties in this place, but it could be a third party coming into a relationship and make observation of both parties, and then tell these parties on the challenges when faced with going into any relationship. Because trust me, some parents can be protective of their kids, especially female or male child, but female in this picture, about the dangers of going into any relationship. The reason can be because of heartbreak, it could be because of theft and so on. So many reasons, as long as life is concerned. I am not sure I am doing better in this video, but I'll continue. And here says no relationship is professional, but talking to a professional helps enlighten on the dangers, challenges, happiness that comes embarking on any relationship. Sincerity makes a relationship happier. Imagine in a relationship where your wife, fiancé or girlfriend tells you about their source of income and how much they earn a month. That actually makes you happy. Okay, so sincerity, you could say, makes a relationship happy. But love, happiness, feelings, all these things, I think they are just created for human to feel, and I don't know. So that is just it, guys. So finance constantly, how does it make you feel? you know, that is just it. And I am not sure if it's making any sense in this video, but I'll be stopping the video for now, and I hope you tell me what you think.